This here is the special edition to the Clipper MkII. Why would you want to go the special edition over the standard? Let's break down and really see what sets them apart. Now, spec sheet wise, this is going to be the complete default of what it comes with. It's going to start out with 616 shield health, 40% kinetic resistance, minus 20% shield thermal resistance, 50% shield explosive resistance, 1116 armor health, 70 armor rating, minus 20 kinetic resistance, 0 thermal, 0 caustic, and minus 40% explosive resistance. It does have a jump range of 20.76 light years. I always recommend putting a jump range booster on, but this is just what the ship comes with the default stats. Now, why would you want to keep the ship default? Well, every time you blow up, you're basically going to get a free ship repair. And can we talk about the design? The special edition absolutely nails the gritty sci-fi aesthetic from either the Astronomo or the Prometheus. It feels like a deep space industrial vessel pulled straight from the big screen, and now you can actually fly it. The special edition comes with a unique tail, a little bit of different paint job. That's going to be the main differences aesthetically wise. However, the builds are going to be completely different on them, and if you're a fan of combat, I do recommend getting the golden one if you're planning on keeping the default build. Alright, so for the default builds that both of these ships come with, the special edition is going to be coming with 2 size 3 pulse lasers, 5 class 2 multi-cannons, and 4 pulse lasers size 1 at the very bottom. For utility mounts, you're going to have plenty of shield boosters, a point defense, a heat sink, and a electromagnetic countermeasure. The core internal, you're going to get a 8A power plant, 8A thruster, 7A SCO, 5A life support, 7A power distro, 5A sensor. The fuel tanks are always going to be standard. And then for your optional internal, it's going to come with a whole bunch of extra cargo racks, a shield generator, a fuel scoop. However, if you're really trying to take this out for combat, I do recommend getting rid of the cargo racks and going for more of like either a hull reinforcement or a module reinforcement. Both of those are going to allow your ship to survive much longer. But as it sits now, the combat variant of the ship comes with a maximum total inventory space of 1040. So the standard one is going to come with only 2 weapons, and that's going to be size 1 pulse lasers. Nothing else is going to be for your hard points. Utility mounts are going to be left completely empty. Your core internal, it'll have an 8E power plant, 8E thruster, 7E SCO drive, 5E life support, 7E power distro, 5E sensor, and your internal is going to come with a little bit of storage and a shield generator. So if you're trying to have a vessel more geared for like mining or hauling, I do recommend going with this smaller budget build because it's not really going to have like too much of a difference. Once you get into more of the combat area and you're like fully planning on customizing it, that's where things are going to be changing completely for you. Now, where this doesn't actually really affect too much, well, if you're planning on doing a complete overhaul of the ship anyways, then really any addition will work for you. Like, for example, if you're trying to turn one of these into Thargoids versus one of these into pirate hunting, I would actually turn this standard one into your Thargoid ship and the more special edition for pirates, mainly because you can keep some of the components the same, which will allow for a cheaper repair cost, versus the Thargoids where you're going to kind of have to build a more specific build geared towards fighting them, and you're basically going to be changing everything inside the loadout anyways. So that is going to be the differences between the Clipper MkII Standard versus the Clipper MkII Special Edition. Let me know which edition you like better and which ship you think looks the most like the Prometheus or the Astronomo. I think the Special Edition definitely has a little bit closer vibe to it, but this is definitely a close runner-up. Now, if you're wondering the stats on the Standard Edition, it's going to come with a 245 shield health, 40 kinetic resistance, minus 20 thermal, 50% explosive resistance. So it's good to get blown up at least. 1116 armor health, 70 armor rating, minus 20 kinetic, 0 thermal, minus 40 explosive resistance, and 0 armor caustic resistance. And it actually has a worse jump range at 12.52 light years, so it's definitely going to be a lot slower until you upgrade at least the SCO drive, which then will allow you to go a longer distance, and obviously you want to put your frameshift booster on both of these models, that way you can really utilize them. But that is going to do it for today, guys. If this helped you make a decision, let me know down in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one, Commanders.